I am Zenobia, daughter of Dolores Jean, who is the daughter of Zenobia, who is the daughter of Ella Mae Cole. My grandmother was an Alark. I am the daughter of Leon Finney Sr., who is the son of Thomas Jefferson Huddleston and Lula Fate. And Lula Fate's mother was Patsy, and Patsy's mother was Adeline. I have to mention these ancestors recent because every day of my life, in every way, I am an indigenous aboriginal, most commonly known as an African woman, called many names. So during this month of February, I want to say big ups and happy birthday to Frederick Douglass, which is the reason why we celebrate Black History in February, not because it is the short month. For you see, everything about us is anything but short. And certainly, in terms of history or herstory, there's so many of stories that are right under our nose and at our fingertips and absolutely in the mirror. So I don't have to go to a library and I certainly do not watch the news. I happen to serve in a predominantly melanic, that means colored, black, whatever you want to call it, community. I service African people in the community of Inglewood in Chicago. So every day I am dipped in chocolate. So I'm so excited because when I come to work, I get to serve the greatest people on the face of the earth. In the service of the greatest people on the face of the earth, I meet the most wonderful people. During the month of Black History, what I like to do is shine bridges. I like to show bridges. And I certainly like to break up stereotypes so that there is no mistake about it. There is a connection. There has always been a connection, and it will always be in effect working on our behalf. So, with that being said, I'm so happy to serve this woman. I met her in my work, and her name is Selina Woguna, who is the proud citizen of Nigeria, who can better tell her own story. She's one of the most beautiful human beings that I have ever met, and she is a part of my Black history. Miss Selina Woguna, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about you and whatever is in your heart about who you are?
Okay. I am Selina Oba Wogu Nna. I'm a daughter of Ipo Enyina in Umibe compound in Abala. I was married by Wilson Wogu Nna in Abala, Obiungwa, Ibeme, Aba, Abia State, Nigeria. I was a primary school headmistress, #1 class. I worked in Obiungwa, in Aba Oban. So I am blessed. I am blessed with 5 children. They are all alive. So God is good. I am excited that my daughter came here, and it was her who brought me down to this country of United States of America. My daughter brought me here. So I stayed here. I lived with her until I came down to this senior building. So when I came here, I saw a difference. Met many people. I met people like Zenobia and other people, Miss Davis, Miss Carter, and so on. They are very good to me. So I lived here. I was working before. I was working as a I was working as a CNA. I attended a CNA school here and was working as a CNA until I had an accident last year, 11th of April,
Yes.
So since that time, I've not worked again. They said, they gave me a homemaker. I have a homemaker who helps me here to maintain my life. So I am very excited. I am very happy. I'm very happy in the way the Americans work. I am now an American citizen. Since last year, I'm an American citizen. And they have been attending to my needs. They have been attending to my needs, helping me in all ways, medically, physically, financially, otherwise. So I am very happy. I praise God that I'm in a country like this. I thank God that I'm in a country like this. I'm proud to be an American. So that's it. Thank you so much. I'm excited for this. God bless you.
It is so exciting. And I too hope to be able to say I am so proud to be a dual citizen of America and Nigeria. One day I'll be able to say that.
Thank you. Now, I was a teacher. I came here and became a nurse. Do you see the difference? You see? So, God is good. And Americans are good. And Nigerians are good. I'm from Nigeria, a country in West Africa. They were taking economic, West African economic exams. So they are now still taking it. They are in West Africa. That's Nigeria. It's a very good country. They are very delighted. They are very humorous. They are very sociable. The Nigerians. They are good. They are good Christians. That is good. So that's all. Thank you so much.
It is so interesting that my sister, mother, friend talks about Nigerians being good Christians. In the United States of this America, there are those of us who practice the Yoruba religion, and we pray in Yoruba. So I say, Adupe, Adupe. Thank you so much. So, Oludumare Iba Arati Orun. Thank you. And we encourage you, those of you who will look into your mirror and see the face of God. Look around you at all the deep, rich melanin that is a spiritual, physical, emotional, and economic creative phenomena. Black history is a breath, a beat, a rhythm. Black rhythm is our life, one beat at a time. Ashe.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Wanda Carter,
And I'm Naima Latif.
and we'd like to talk to you, woman to woman. Join us on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. and Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m. on ECTV, Channel 6 in Evanston, Illinois.
Or join us worldwide at www.ectv.com.
One of the phenomena in Chicago with the Nigerian community is that through the African Festival of the Arts and many of the other cultural affairs, you just don't know who you are in the company of. It could be a king, it could be a chief, a queen that is a teller, a nurse, a taxi driver. You just never know. You never know.
Where you wanna be? Where you wanna be? Where you wanna be? Where you wanna be? Can you imagine
Selina Oba Wogu Nna. I'm from Nigeria. I am blessed with 5 children. 4 of them are in Nigeria. 1 of them is here, who brought me here. My first son is Chukwemeka Nna. Chukwemeka Nna is a good boy. He is about 44 years old. Now, his seniors, Uzoma Nna. Uzoma Nna is 43. He's in the Nigerian army. He's in Nigerian army since 1994. Yes, he's in army. He has just come back from Liberia. He went to Liberia in 2010, and he came back last December. Yes, he went and did traditional marriage for his wife in Nigeria, and all of them, we are very, very happy. Now, his seniors, Chinyere. Chinyere is married. Chinyere has 2 children. He married to Abreba man. Yes, they are living happily. They are very, very happy. 2 of them with their children, they are happy. Though the husband lost his mother, he will be buried in March. The mother will be buried in March next month. Now, Chinyere seniors Izuchukwu. Izuchukwu is the last baby. Izuchukwu is 37 years old. He will be 37 in July. He is my last born. So he's there in Lagos. Oh, no, I'm sorry, in Port Harcourt with Chinyere. He's now learning, he's doing a contract work. He's making gates and other things, pipe work. See, that's what he's doing for his living. So they are there. I want them to be good. I want them to be good Christians. Chinyere is a very good Christian, and her husband is a pastor. Now in Nigeria, he's a pastor. So I would like them to pray for me, and I will be praying for them. I pray for them every day. I would like them to keep God, near to God, to hold God to their side. My daughter here also goes to church with her children every Sunday, and her husband. They go to church. They cling to God. Myself, I'm a good Christian. I follow God's way. I follow God's rule. Since I came to this America, I've read the Bible from 1 Genesis to Revelation 10 times. Yes, I do it every day. I do it every day. I read my Bible every day. First thing in the morning, I do it, and I keep principles of God. And God keeps on holding me. Yes, God keeps on holding me, protecting me, comforting me. Oh my God. Yes. It was his work that made me not to die in the accident I had last year. 11th of April last year, I had an accident. The car was painted like this. If you see the car, you can never believe that somebody came out from the car alive. So the people in our yard, when they saw it, they called me miracle girl, miracle woman. Yes, in this yard. When the car was brought down here, before the insurance came and carried it, they called me miracle woman. You are a miracle woman. Nobody can believe that somebody came alive from this car. It was the work of God.
I like to ask you, you look so beautiful. You're just so pretty. You got on matching red shoes, and you just look so pretty. So you are a miracle woman.
Yes.
My
It's the work of God.
the work of God.
It's the work of God. God is by my side. God controls me. God holds me. God upholds me. And I look to God. And I obey. I listen to the small voice talking to me. That's why I'm like this. It's not my make. It's not by power. It's not by mic, but by the power of spirit.
You sound like a missionary. A missionary?
Yeah, I was doing evangelism in our church in Nigeria.
All right.
Yes.
What's the name of the church?
African, yeah. Oh my God. Evangelical church. Evangelical church.
Say hello to your grandchildren, the two grandchildren
Okay.
that you have in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Say hello to them.
Hello.
Oh, grandma.
Hello, my girl, my darling. Joy. I say, good evening. How are you? And Adanne, that's the daughter of Uzoma. How are you? Stay fine. Obey your parents. Listen to them. Go to church. Listen to God's word. Follow your grandmother's advice. Pattern of work.
Where you wanna be.
My grandfather knew he was an African in Mississippi in the late 1800s. So it is very important that we expose that we have been connected all the time. You know, it is like breath. When I feel bad, when I feel tired, when I feel numb, it is the breath that takes me to a place of remembrance and knowing that I was already completed at my birth. I was already completed, so you see, I don't have to compete for anything with anyone. I have only in this little time scratched the surface of history of indigenous Aboriginal people in the world. And if I spent all day, every day, for the rest of my life, I would not have gotten any further than where I'm now. For you see, we have been here as long as the grains of sand on the beach. And that history is in our DNA. So in the absence of sleep, food, bad habits, and bad relationships, we can access the ancient knowledge of what's already available for us to manifest or will manifest what is rightfully ours, what is rightfully our purpose. And this is easier said than done, and it looks more beautiful even when it is in motion. So I don't have to pay admission to any show. I don't have to go to the library. I do not have to buy another book or attend another workshop, even though I love that. I do not want it to be like collecting bones. I want the remembrance of who we are to buoy me up when I feel like I'm heavy, to open me up when I feel like I'm shut. So it is through the black woman that I live. It is through the black woman that I breathe. And I know that it is through the black woman that we will come through where we are now. And there are no better experts in birth and rebirthing than women. So when I look in myself in the mirror and say, I found God in myself and I love her, thank you, Ntozake Shange. It's like medicine to me, balm to my bones. So until we meet again, I thank you. Shalom, Islam, Hotep, Adupwe. My grandfather knew he was an African. It is like breath. When I feel bad, when I feel tired, when I feel numb, it is very important. It is the breath. Expose that we have been connected all the time. That takes me to a place of remembrance and knowing that I was already completed at my birth. To speak to her children. I was already completed, so you see, I don't have to compete. And it is so important for anything that they know that she is with in a community that loves her. I have only in this little time scratched the surface of history of indigenous Aboriginal people in the world. It is like breath. And if I spent all day, every day, for the rest of my life, I would not have gotten any further than where I'm now. For you see, we are the breath. We have been here as long as the grains of sand on the beach. Remembrance and knowing. And that history is in our DNA. So in the
I was
absence
already
of
completed, so you
sleep,
see, I don't have to
food,
compete
bad
for
habits, and bad
anything
relationships,
with
we can
anyone.
access the ancient
I have
knowledge
only
of
in
what's already
this little
available
time
for us
scratched the
to
surface
manifest
of
or will
history of
manifest
indigenous Aboriginal
what
people
is
in the
rightfully
world.
ours,
And if I spent
what
all
is
day,
rightfully our purpose.
every day, for the
And
rest
this
of
is
my
easier
life,
said than
I
done,
would not
and it
have
looks more
gotten
beautiful
any
even
further
when it
than
is
where
in
I'm now.
motion.
For you
So
see,
I don't have to
we
pay
are-
admission to any show.
been
I don't
here
have
as
to go
long
to the
as the
library.
grains of sand
I
on
do
the
not
beach.
have to buy another book or
And
attend another
that
workshop, even though I love
history
that.
is in our
I do
DNA.
not want it to be
So
like
in the
collecting
absence
bones.
of sleep,
I want
food,
the remembrance
bad
of who
habits,
we
and bad
are
relationships,
to
we can
buoy me
access
up
the
when I feel
ancient
like I'm
knowledge
heavy,
of what's
to
already
open me
available
up when
for
I
us
feel
to
like I'm shut.
manifest
So
or will
it is
manifest
through the black
what
woman that
is
I live.
rightfully
It is
ours,
through the black
what is
woman that
rightfully
I
our
breathe.
purpose.
And I
And
know
this
that
is
it is
easier
through the
said than
black
done,
woman that we will
and it
come
looks more
through
beautiful
where we are
even
now.
when it is in
And
motion.
there are
So I
no
don't have to
better
pay
experts
admission,
in birth and
to any
rebirthing
show.
than
I
women.
don't have to go
So,
to the library.
when I look in myself in the
not
mirror and
have to
say,
buy
I
another
found God
book
in
or
myself
attend
and I
another
love her,
workshop, even though I love
thank you.
that.
Intozaki
I do not
Shange,
want it to
it's
be
like
like
medicine to
collecting
me,
bones.
balm to my bones.
I want
So until
the
we meet
remembrance
again,
of
I
who we
thank you.
are
Shalom,
to buoy me up
Islam,
when
Hotep,
I feel like I'm heavy,
I do pray.
to open me up when I feel like I'm shut.
So it is through the black woman that I live. It is through the black woman that I breathe. And I know that it is through the black woman that we will come through where we are now. And there are no better experts in birth and rebirthing than women. So when I look in myself in the mirror and say, I found God in myself and I love her, thank you, Intozaki Shange. It's like medicine to me, balm to my bones. So until we meet again, I thank you. Shalom, Islam, Hotep, Adupwe.
Good evening from the south side of
Good
Chicago.
evening from
in
the south
Inglewood,
side of Chicago
where we
in
are
Inglewood,
living the Black
where
History
we are
experience.
living the Black
My name
History
is Just
experience.
Zenobia,
My name is
and I am
Just
here with a
Zenobia,
wonderful
and I
friend
am here with a
named
wonderful friend
Wilberforce
named
Juma.
Wilberforce.
Today we
Juma.
are going to discuss
Today we are going to
reminisce,
discuss
and tell a little
reminisce,
story about
and
the
tell a
best
little
of what
story
Africa
about
has
the
given,
best
is
of
still
what
giving,
Africa has
and how
given,
Africa
is still
expressing
giving,
herself
and how
in
Africa
us
is
today, here
expressing
and now.
herself in
One
us
of the
today,
things that
here
we
and
have
now.
come to know
One of the
in
things that we have come to
mainstream
know
media is that
in
when Africa
mainstream
is shown,
media is that
it
when
seems that
Africa
the
is
worst
shown, it seems
locations,
that the worst locations,
circumstances
the
seem
worst
to be
circumstances seem
underscored,
to be
highlighted,
underscored,
italicized,
highlighted,
and bold. It
italicized,
is up
and
to
bold.
us to tell our own
It
stories.
is up to
If
us
you go
to tell
any
our own
place in
stories.
Africa
If you
today,
go to any
I'm
place
sure
in
that Mr.
Africa
Juma,
today,
who is a native
I'm sure that
Ghanaian,
Mr. Juma,
and
who
we'll
is
get
a
to
native
that in a few
Ghanaian,
moments,
and
he
we'll
will
get
tell
to
you
that
that
in a few
Africa
moments.
is civilized.
He will tell you
It
that
is
Africa is
highly
civilized.
technological,
It is
and-
highly technological,
and it is the economic leader
and it
in
is the
the world.
economic leader
So, with
in
that
the
being said,
world.
we invite
So,
the
with
seven
that being
powers of
said,
Africa
we
to
invite the seven
grace
powers
us
of
with their
Africa
presence
to
so that we
grace
can get
us
the
with their
most out of
presence
our
so
visit
that we can
today.
get the most
So,
out of our visit
Mr.
today.
Wilberforce
So,
Juma, can
Mr.
you
Wilberforce
please tell me
Juma,
how
can you
got
please
that
tell me
name, first
how
of all?
you got that name, first
I
of
get
all?
the name. Yeah, I get the
Wilberforce.
name.
Wilberforce
During the
is,
time slavery.
during the time
Going
slavery
on
going on
West
in-
Africa, especially in Ghana.
West Africa, especially
There
in
was,
Ghana. There
trade,
was a
man,
trade.
He do according
Man,
to my grandfathers.
He
that's
do
what
according to my
told me.
grandfathers. That's
he
what
said.
told me.
English.
He
British,
said English,
man,
British,
you just come to the
man,
village,
you just come to the village, snatch
kids that they praying in the
kids that they
street
praying
and all
in
that.
the
Then they
street and all that.
That's
Then
why
they snatch them.
Father and my
That's why
grandmother
my
them told me
grandfather
not
and
to
my
go
grandmother them told
and
me
pray
not to go
outside because
and pray outside because
the merchants
the
when they come
merchants when
I
they
run
come
the
they
street and
look
grab
I run the street
the
and
keys.
grab
they are strong
the
and
keys.
they are nice
They are
beautiful,
strong and they are nice,
and all
beautiful,
handsome
and strong or handsome, they grab them and put them in the car. And they grab them and put them in the car and then take them to boat whatever it is, and then boat whatever it is, and United States or bring them to United States or the other countries. Ghanaians, some people say that Ghanaians, some people say that Ghana people the old people sold them. They did not sell them. They steal them. No, they did not sell them. They steal them. Steal them and then bring them here. They steal them and then bring them here. There is a guy. There is a guy. Name Force. Wilbur Force. Name is the Force. Name is a strong Force. Man. He was a strong man there. In the village there. When the guy came one time, stood in front of the street and then in front of the street and then sent him back and sent him back that he has and got the kids that he has. So he's a kind of man, a strong, forceful man. When I was born, my mother named me after the man. Named me after the man. And moreover to Ghana, if you pregnant and then a woman pregnant and then he had it at home, he went to hospital or at home. He bring the baby. In the day that he was born. In the day that he was born. My real name was Kwame. So my real name was Kwame Apia Juma. But Kwame means Saturday born. Kwame means Saturday born. When I went to school, then I picked the name that my was talking about the mother was talking about the man. He forced a person out of the town. A person out. It's a small town. It's a small village town. So he forced them to go. So that's why my mother named me about. The moreover to his that man was forceful kind of man. Then my mother's sister, brother was kidnapped by them. Merchants that they come and grab kids. My mother was mad already. So So when the man forced him, that's why he named me. He was happy. So that's why he named me after.
With that, and all things begin with the beginning. All things begin with the beginning. Important. And a name is very important. So I was born on a Wednesday. So I am Ekua.
Zenobia, which means her father's
My first name
pride,
is Zenobia, which means her father's pride.
My middle
which
name
is my grandmother's
is Renee,
name.
which means
my middle
reborn.
name is Renee,
And
which
my
means
last name
reborn.
is
And my last name is associated with a plantation and ownership, so I won't give that any airplay right now. So my name is Ekua, born on a Wednesday, her father's pride reborn. It is real important that we give intention and purpose to everything that we do, and that's what indigenous people, Aboriginal people, or African people, that's what we do.
Where you wanna be.